You know, sometimes something magical happens. Okay, this was a little too much Italian, so sorry for this. Sometimes something magical happens. I want to tell you what happened, and because I think that is something magical, something strange, something unusual, something unexpected, and but sometimes it can be quite useful. So let's listen to Alex Raccuglia. This is The Morning Rant, the show in which I talk about my life as a TV commercial director and software developer while I telecommute from my home to the office. My home is behind me, my office is where I'm headed. You know, I'm trying to develop this app. I developed this app, Best Frame. It's basically almost ready. And while I was doing some research, I used a lot of video that I shot to test it. And you know, if you test your app with stock content, you are not doing the best job, because stock content is quite perfect. It's well lit, it's well composed, it's very, very, very little compressed. So it's ideal for post-production work, but absolutely not ideal to test the real thing, the real life. And so I used videos that I produced, and video that I shot, even with my iPhone 15 Pro, when compressed in H.265, they are not so beautiful. They're not so good. They're not so aesthetically pleasing, because a lot of things is not so aesthetically pleasing. So I cannot sell my own content as stock videos. And I faced the fact that there are a lot of noise, a lot of low light conditions. And so I started using filters, AI filters that I discovered in the past year, because I developed my own software, a very little tool that I use in my house to keep my son monitored with one iPhone and see the result with the computer as an internal camera, without going outside my network, so the pictures of my baby are not in the world. And developing this app, I discovered that at least two filters, one denoiser and one low light enhancer that uses artificial intelligence. And then I included these filters in my app to make the images better when you trying to export the pictures and the quality is not so perfect, okay? One thing I discovered using real life videos and not the perfect ones that you can find on stock market. I say stock market, meaning stock videos you can purchase or subscribe to on the internet, the mother of all networks. Your videos sucks. My video sucks. Especially my videos sometimes are not so in focus. You can say the depth of field is not a problem using smartphones because the lenses are so tiny. There's actually no real depth of field. In reality, the real meaning is that sometimes things are out of focus and you cannot be aware of it until you watch your videos on a very large, big screen. And so sometimes I have blurred video. I wanted to discover a machine learning model to deblur them, and I couldn't find any. Okay, no problem. If you shot a blurred video, you have to deal with it. In case, you can use a sharpener that I developed. A very, very simple filter using core image filters. It's a sharpener using convolution. The same sharpener that you can find on your phone when you're trying to adjust the quality of your image, okay? Then I thought of one thing. Using my my app, Altimedia Converter 2, I used a very interesting model that tries to do upscaling. It upscales 4 times the resolution. So you start with a 500 by 500 image. The result is a 2000 pixel by 2000 pixel image. And using artificial intelligence to upscale, the quality ranges from very good to not so acceptable. But it's another tool that you can use. It's better having it than not. And so I said to myself, what if I downscale the image by a factor of 2? You know, you start with 1000 pixel by 1000 pixel, and you downscale it, resize it to 500 to 500 pixel, and then upscale it using this model, and then redownscale it another time to to return to the original image size. And that's what I obtained using this machine learning model. And the results are quite interesting. At the beginning, I wasn't using this model correctly, and then I changed some parameters. I tweaked a little bit the sources and the results. And what I gained, it's something different and something that it's very unreal. If you look at the picture from afar, you can see there's a little less noise. But if you look closely, you see something that has been changed. The fact that the picture has been downsampled and then upsampled and then redownsampled another time added some details, like the image was generated using AI, using something like Dolly Free or Midjourney or Firefly from Adobe, or all the stuff that can be provided to you from something like a Freepik or something like this. It's interesting. It's not right, but it's interesting. I think that when used with real people, the results are not so perfect, but when used with objects or panoramas, you can get interesting results. And so I added this feature, the AI, the blur, that is not an upsampler, but simply this feature. The image is downsampled, then subdivided in tiles with resolution 512 by 512 pixels, because this model uses only 512 pixel by 512 pixels images. And then the images are upscaled to 2048 by 2048 and then redownscaled to half the size and tiled together to get the perfect result. It's quite interesting. I think that this thing is quite interesting and should be tried always to find a new way to look at those pictures. Let me be clear, the result is not real. Sometimes it's not even realistic, but it's an interesting exploration. You know, if you're doing reverse storyboarding using my app, and then you do this kind of filter, the resulting images are very small, but there are very, very, very little noise, and they're like cartoonish and perfect for reverse storyboarding. So I think that's all for today. Thanks for watching me. If you want me to be more specific and more technical about this kind of algorithm, please write me a message in the comments, or say, oh, I like this video in the comment, or say, I hate you, please die, Alex. Say it in the comment, so the engaging level of this video rises above the clouds, breaking the glass and towards the moon. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, blah, 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 all the stuff. Thanks for watching me. See you the next time.